This is just another 80s Geek, and you are watching the Geek Showcase, where we highlight anything that you can be geeky about. We've had card geeks, accessory geeks, comic geeks, sci-fi geeks, wrestling geeks, toy geeks. There's lots of geeks out there. We try to celebrate all of those types of things that you can be geeky about, and today we are going to be once again a toy geek. So, as you've seen on a few of my other videos, I had some eBay purchases that I purchased, and I like to do the live boxing opening here on the channel. These are retro toys, vintage toys that I got from my childhood, 80s era, and I have forgotten what they are. And I obviously have never seen them in person, this version of them, so I get to see what kind of quality we get when we open it up live on the channel. So, as always, remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel here, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, look for Geek Showcase _ Geek Showcase, Geek _ Showcase, anything like that, the Geek Showcase, it's all us. So let's take a look. I have 4 boxes left. I'm going to grab one and we're going to see what we have inside. Alright, the box we have here, this is the size. This is coming from Miami, Florida. Shout out to DJ Valentine. Alright, so this is what we're getting here. Try not to show anybody's address or anything. So I am going to open it up carefully so nobody can mail anything to any of us. And we'll see what we have inside here. It's heavily taped. Alright, let's see what we have here. Got some newspaper here. Thank you for your purchase. Positive feedback would be greatly appreciated. I guess I can advertise for you where this toy came from. So that is where this guy came from. Alright. More newspaper. Get that out of here. Let's see what we got here. Points for whoever guesses the toy first through the plastic bubble wrap. Alright, so here we have, anybody? Give you the 360 look at this guy. Back with those G.I. Joe style missiles there. One of them fell off. Let's get this back in here. Continue our 360 look at this guy. Maybe I can take the helmet off and that will help you guys out. So let's take a look here. Just, it's kind of a coincidence that I grabbed the right box, because this, let me take that jetpack off. This is Ace McCloud from the Centurions, 1985 era of toy here. We just opened on one of our previous videos Doc Terror, which was the bad guy in the series, and he is kind of your main hero. It's kind of like G.I. Joe, where there's not necessarily one main hero because it's like more of a team thing, but most people would call him the Duke of the series or the main hero here. So we're going to take a look at this figure, see what kind of shape it's in, see what kind of quality we got on this eBay purchase. Obviously you can see that it has a helmet which comes off and on. And there's a little logo on there. Alright, and then he has the pack that sits on his chest. We'll look at that first. So obviously these guys are a little bent, as to be expected. Probably could be salvaged, but with the material that they are, this kind of rubbery, that is totally to be expected. And then this, which swivels back and forth, a little loose on all the joints here. Obviously they've been moved a few times over the course of their day, so that's a little bit loose, but not terrible. And then we have a couple things on him. We have this hand weapon there. And as you can see, they have lots of holes here. So if we take this off, well, I won't even take it off, but you can see that there's holes there, holes up here. There's all kinds of holes on his chest that you can put things in. More on this side, so a lot of different spots. More on his waist here. So a lot of places to put different things. And you have this thruster type situation on his legs. So those will pop out as well if you'd like them to. And then on the back side, we have this thing, which goes up and down. I don't know if there's a way that we can take that off for a second. Just look at this. So as you can see, you can put those missiles there. Doesn't seem, it seems like something that would, again, I didn't have these toys as a child and I've done no extensive research on them, but it seems like something should trigger this action on both sides if you hit a button or something, but I'm not seeing that right off the top of my head. And then obviously, like we said, you can do that on his back where all those holes are, or on the front where all those holes are. Let's get a quick look at his face. So that is the face. A little bit of discoloring up here on the blue around his shoulder there. Not as much on this side, just a little bit of the greenish discoloring there, but otherwise, man, the paint, there's not really a whole bunch of blemishes or scuffs or anything of that nature on him. Maybe a tiny bit on the hands, but even that is good. So as far as articulation, movement, things of that nature, we'll get his different weapons off to the side here on his helmet. His leg moves up and down at this joint. His knee has some articulation as well. Nothing on the foot. Same on this side knee. Pretty tight joint there. That's good to see that it's not super loose. And then on the arms, we have shoulder. We have the forearm. Nothing on the hands. And then his head does go back and forth, which is nice for toys from this era. Not a lot of them did that. And it gives you the spot there to do that. And then it also turns side to side. So decent articulation for a figure from this time period. I didn't realize how big the Centurions were, you know, compared to a lot of the other toy lines in the 80s. Obviously this is going to be bigger than G.I. Joe, a little bit bigger than He-Man. So I don't know which one it would be on par with. Bigger than Turtles. Maybe the Thundercats might be a close one. I'll have to do some comparisons at some point. But yeah, that is a cool looking figure. Let's get some of his gear back on him and highlight Mr. Ace McCloud. So that is Ace McCloud. So that is Ace McCloud from the Centurions, mid-1980s, around 1985 toy. This has been just another 80s Geek, and you have been watching the Geek Showcase.